Hi, welcome to our new chapter of this podcast. The chapter of today it's called Deforestation. We expect you enjoy it. What does it mean? Deforestation is the clearing of areas by cutting down trees. This is a real problem in some areas due to lack of regulations. We are talking about a real environmental issues. If we don't stop this will become a harder problem. If people had been more informed, they would have known that this not only happens in totally natural areas. We are not talking about forests or jungles. This can happen in any green area. We can see this in our way to work, school, mall, etc. According to the journal Natural in 2015, they say that since humans started cutting down forests, 46% of trees have been felled. We want to highlight that this is a serious problem that must be taken into account. The consequences of not being restricted are not only serious for the region, if also in the environmental balance of the planet. The elimination of vegetation impacts in a serious way to all the animals in the area and affects the climate. The World Bank says that some 250 million of people live in the forest and savannas areas, where they depend on dense subsistences. If we destroy the vegetation, it will be difficult for them to adapt. Laws have been created in certain countries where they limit deforestation in forests to certain areas. Preserved forests exist where no human intervention allowed. If all the countries had applied to these laws, deforestation wouldn't have existed. It's our duty to continue promoting these laws to stop this issue. We have to make countries see the reality and make it right. We are making emphasis in big companies. They destroy forests with undesirable results. If the big companies had stopped their construction in natural areas, the issue would have ended long ago. Their objective can be obtain wood or also build large farms to continue with meat production. We can say that if we will stop eating meat, we will finish the meat companies. This is a big step and is also one of the many reasons and solutions for this problem. Rainforest aliens say that consumers should examine the products and meats they buy to find out where they come from. We can start here to make the change.
I'm going to talk about the causes of deforestation. The first one is overpopulation, and this one is an issue because if we don't stop sharing the same resources, we will finish with them. If we finish with the resources, we would have to destroy more materials. If we destroy the natural resources, we wouldn't have a place to live. Overpopulation contribute to deforestation because there is a need to create settlement area for the increasing number of people on Earth and the need for urbanization for economic reasons. People told me that they had been living in bad conditions, and that's why forests are destroyed in order for people to find land to build a shelter, and then trees are further to cut to build those new houses. Scientists said that overpopulation is a major threat to the forest landmass, and that if it's not controlled, people will continue to occupy the forest until there is no more forest coverage on Earth. If people had known more, we wouldn't have been like this. Another cause of deforestation is the construction. My ecology teacher told me that on Earth are natural changes and changes caused by human beings. Construction has caused a lot of deforestation because as the population continues growing, they are going to need more places to live and with it more jobs. If businessmen had thought better their actions, they wouldn't have made damage to the earth. Businessmen take the liberty of cutting down the trees in order to build their new business, without caring that these areas are the ones to continue to help our environment, leaving us with less and less green areas. If people had been informed, we would have been prepared for these new changes.
What are the effects We all heard about causes of deforestation, but we never talk about effects of this. And maybe if we had known this, we would have acted in different ways. We have three main effects, and we are going to start with the greenhouse effects. But what is it? The greenhouse effect is a process that happens when the gas trapped on Earth. This means that every time we cut trees, we don't have enough carbon dioxide receptors. This makes the world warm. If we plant trees, we will breathe pure air. So if I were you, I would tell my friends to plant trees all day long. Furthermore, we have soil erosion. Nowadays, half of Earth's topsoil is due to erosion. Soil becomes dry and has no nutrients and without vegetation to retain water. If we run out of usable soil, we'll be concerned for our children's future. If we had been aware, we would have been less affected. At least, at last but not least, we have the biodiversity losses, which is a reality. In the last 40 years, we have lost more biodiversity than ever. If I had listened to the documentaries, I wouldn't be this mad at me for staying there with my arm crossed. Ramu Narayana is an expert on the topic of biodiversity. He said that we need biodiversity for services such as providing food. He also said that we need to adopt agriculture practices. So we're going to conclude with a beautiful reflection from Ramu. He said that biodiversity can also be fought at an individual level. Thank you. Well, this is all for today, guys. Hope you like it and stay tuned for next week. We're going to talk about another topic. Thank you.